All right, welcome to Archangel Revelations and Prophecies 444. This will be our Archangels question and answer. We thank the Archangels for coming. They've already been petitioned, and we did have a video before this one, but it's on the other channel. Now there is a card that wants to talk already, so we're going to see which one it is. It is Michael. Michael came up earlier when I was shuffling. Michael came up. Hanael came up. Capricorn came up. Counselor. There was one other card that came up that I don't remember, but it was a total 4 cards that came out. Capricorn, Azrael, Counselor, because this person is thinking about setting things up. Michael came up, said crystal clear intention. In other words, don't be wavering around. You got to focus and unwavering faith. Hanael came up. But the main reason why Hanael came up because she mentioned Hanael in her email. And also I went outside. It was the sky was clouded. It's 6:49 p.m. East Coast, New Jersey, February 26, 2018. I went outside. It was very cloudy. But the moon did come out of those clouds to say hello. But that happens all the time to me. So for me, that's not a big deal. But Hanael is the moon, and so is Gabriel. But I know it was 4 cards. I don't think Gabriel was one of those cards. So Michael is saying, remember who you are. You are a powerful, loving, creative child of God. You are very loved. Now, we're just going to go in with the angel questions. But again, I don't know what, because I think she told me she has Archangel cards. So because of the things you're into and all your skills, you'll definitely want to get your Archangel Gabriel Oracle cards. Because he's not only he gives good advice, but he's also he's like a counselor as well. He's a manager. I've asked him legal advice, and he's giving me good advice. So you definitely want to be. And he's the one that came out all the time. The last time he kept coming out. No matter how many times I shuffled that card, that he kept coming back. All right, but right now we're going to use the Archangel Oracle deck. And first question I'm going to ask, based because she gave me an email, so it's all here. I did go over all of it just to set the foundation. It's, like I said, that's on another video on another channel. But I want to roll all of that. And now we're going to do this. Dear Archangels, please inform what is connecting to her. Because in her email she felt something was connecting to her. We're going to try to get a little bit more insight on that. Now, if I'm, you should be looking at 2 natal charts. One is hers, one is a twin as well. All right. So I want to look at that really quick. Give me a moment. All right. So she is on the left because I do believe I see Memphis. I just want to double check and make sure. And we'll look at that again. Yep, she's on the left with Memphis. So we're asking the Archangels what she feels is connecting to her, because she feels something more or less connecting to her or leading her in such a way. So we'll see how they answer. And I'll be back with their answers. All right, 4 cards were pulled to answer that question. First card is Chamuel, the Taurus. Now, if you notice on the other video, I talked about the Taurus energy, the High Priestess. And that is the name of the video, the High Priestess and the High Priest. And the tarot card Taurus energy is the Pope, or the Hierophant. So Chamuel says, career transition. And that is what we're talking about. Thank you, Chamuel. Your life purpose is triggering a blessed career change. So again, your life purpose will be associated with this. What is connecting to her? You're going to experience a career transition based on your life purpose. Next card. Yeah, he's the one that came out before. It was Raziel. And he came out again, and that's the Leo. Let me explain. So you had Michael come out. Remember, I'm just going to start telling you. See, I could talk to her a little bit differently because she's kind of tapped in. Because every question she asks is what I've been saying on my channel. And most people can't get what I'm talking about. We're in a shift, whether you know it or not. And God is waking up. Spirit is waking up priests and priestesses. It's that simple. And you're going to see more and more people coming with music. We're about to see something similar to what you saw in the 1960s with the music and everything. It changed the whole world. We're about to see it again. So you're either with it or you're not with it. And I can't keep going backwards. So thank you, Raziel, because he let me know he's a fourth card. Michael, now you're dealing with sun energy. You're dealing with two energies at all times, sun and moon. Divine masculine, sun. Divine feminine, moon. And when she said something about Hanael, okay, that's moon. When she said Gabriel, Gabriel is androgynous. That's moon. Now they have you believing, because of Daniel chapter 11, they have you believing that Gabriel more or less works for Michael or under Michael. And that's okay, you can believe that. But really what you're seeing with Gabriel and Michael is the son of moon. And I will be showing you more astrology in the Bible on my other channel, where it talks about water and air and all this stuff. This is all astrology. But what you're dealing with is two energies. So remember, and Gabriel is always androgynous, so always remember that. So your four cards that came out. So let me do this again. It's like when you're shuffling, they just fall out. Four cards that fell out while shuffling the deck. Michael. I'm just going to say be clear. You see, you can't be bouncing all over. That's what I try to say in the other video. See, like people want it both ways. They say, oh, I want to know what astrology has for me. And then when you tell them, they be like, well, what about this? So why don't I study this? Why don't I study that? But you just got your natal chart. You may have gotten an angel card question. So they put you in the right way. And we did talk about, they say, well, listen, these angel cards are always pushing twin flames on me. But me and my twin flames are nowhere near coming together. So I did talk about that in that video as well. What's going on with that? So you know, all this information is out here, especially my channel, my whole ministry. Every channel I do basically is designed to help people get it and move forward. But at some point, the person's got to want to do it. Because either we want to stay in search mode, we never want to take a firm stand, or we want to keep on obsessing over twin flame stuff. It's just a lot of stuff we're doing is actually not helping us. And then the tendency is to just run. Like somebody like me tries to tell it like it is and give you something to stand on so that you can move forward. But oh, I don't like his tone or that. So they're going to keep running, and there's nothing you can do about that. And a lot of people think a lot of stuff is part of their life purpose. Well, it's my life purpose to sleep with my twin and sleep with my soulmate and sleep with this guy over here or sleep with that gal over there. But you have to understand the nature of spirit and temptation. It goes all the way back to the book of Genesis. So we have to learn this stuff. So that's why Michael's saying you can't be unwavering. You got to start to be clear, be focused, and move forward with unwavering faith. And then Hanael, she came out as well. I'm trying to remember if I can remember the card Hanael was. I don't remember, but we will. Oh, yes, I know the moon cycle. Because we're getting ready to go into a full moon, and it's a new moon. Now, I haven't had a chance to study it, Because Tanya Gabriel said Leo, but everybody else said Virgo. So I'm assuming it's Virgo, because sometimes Tanya's wrong. Not always. She's really good, but sometimes she's just wrong. Because she's real busy. I understand. I get it. Because I'm the same way. You stay busy. There's no way you're going to remember everything. But my sign is Leo, so I'm just wondering. And plus somebody, and she said it was like a solar eclipse. Not a solar, like an eclipse. But I don't know. I haven't checked into it. But other people were saying it's a Virgo full moon. So it is what it is. But anyway, Hanael's here about that full moon. And she's telling you to know your moon cycles. In fact, she's telling you to use moon energy. So when you use your moon cycles and moon energy. And I always do talk about that. I don't know if that's in my description box. But I know whenever anybody gets a free report that has been updated as well. Whenever you do a natal chart, you get a free report. I know it's on that as well. So, and again, all these services you hear me talk, any service we do offer, we offer as a service for people. All right. Now, just give me a moment because I'm trying to. So, on my more recent description boxes, I don't really do the moon cycles. I used to. Now, if I could find it really quick, I may put that one on here. Yep. Okay, so if I remember, in the description box, you'll have the moon cycles in the description box. And if you want to know more about twin flame natal readings and angel card readings, you can go to another video, a more recent one, and go to the description box. It'll tell you exactly what's covered. But on this particular video, since we're going to be talking a lot about Hanael and the moon and stuff, we're going to use the old description information, which covers the moon cycle. All right, so let's go back to the 4 archangels that showed up. Michael, be clear, focused, unwavering faith. Hanael, use moon cycle energy, and she had the doves as well. Those are also esoteric animals, animal messages, maybe even mysticism. The divine feminine always comes with birds. Ironically, Hanael, that card, she uses white birds, but some of the divine feminine uses black birds. Okay, we're going to say, so Michael is sun energy. Now Raziel is saying clairvoyance, and this is the second time he's shown up. This is Leo, or the sun energy. I am helping you your spiritual sight to awaken fully, so you can clearly see heavenly love. And it doesn't hurt sometimes to call on these archangels. Say, well, Michael, help me now, or say, Raziel, help me to have my spiritual sight awaken fully. Michael, help me not to waver. That's how you start working more and more with the archangels. So that's sun energy. And he's also letting you know your clairvoyance is going to increase, especially with this full moon. But a lot have changed. We've had super full moons. I know January we did. And I think we're getting ready to have them again in March. But a whole lot of stuff is happening. Because we're in a shift. And that'll help you see heavenly love as well. I am helping your spiritual sight to awaken fully so you can clearly see heavenly love. And that's your Leo energy, Raziel. And then we had Hanael, and then we had Azrael, which is Capricorn. But this is all about career. And it was telling you that you're a good counselor because you're asking questions in that area. So those are your 3 in it, and we're going to put it down here again. Let's do it again. Planet energy. We're going to say the moon because of Hanael. And we're going to say I'm just going to say star energy. Sun because of Michael. But I'm also going to say and Raziel because of Leo. Sign energy is Leo and Capricorn. And Capricorn also deals with the 10th house or employment. Just so you know, Leo's tail, I think it's called the Denabolo or something, that has a Capricorn energy. A lot of people don't know that Leo's tail has a Capricornic energy. And plus, see, my sun sign is Leo, my moon sign is Capricorn. Next card, Victory. Well, hello from heaven. Okay, so that's Azrael again. So, because we asked the question, please inform what is connecting to her. And so far, you have Chamuel Taurus energy, career transition. Raziel Leo energy. He's going to be teaching you clairvoyance and helping you see clear heavenly love. In other words, your ESPN, your extrasensory perception, will be increasing. And then the next one is Azrael again. So you got that Capricorn connection. You got a serious Leo Capricorn connection. Because this is the second time those two signs have come out together, those two archangels. Hello from heaven. Your loved ones in heaven are doing fine. Let go of worries and feel their loving blessings. Fourth card, and Raziel Health. Now, and this is your green, because you talked about the emerald. And you talked about healing. So this is Raziel. Healthy lifestyle. Eat a healthful diet, get adequate sleep, and exercise regularly for optimal health. So he's telling you to set the right example. So what's connecting to her? Messages about your career from Chamuel, as well as Azrael, because Capricorn will rule the 10th house, career sector. Career transition, and also your loved ones are helping you, nothing to worry about. Now you also have to start tuning in more to your psychic abilities, such as clairvoyance. And also you have to be healthy, especially if you're going to be setting an example for other people to be healthy. You have to make sure you're healthy. And again, worrying is not going to do anything. Remember, whenever you get an Archangel card reading, this is what I say on the other video that I did right before this one on my other channel. It's just guidance. Ultimately, you have to make that final decision. But their job is to tell you what's going on your chart, and they'll bring you next to your twin. But again, like, what if they put you right next to your twin, but your twin is married and has a family and stuff like that? How far are you going to take it? See, that's ultimately whatever decision you make, the universe is going to hold you accountable for. Even if the Archangel keeps putting you in situations that make it very easy for you to say, well, hey, we both want it and blah, blah, blah. You got to make that, because you're going to pay. Whatever you do, you're going to carry that decision. And that's what the Garden of Eden is really about. It was God that set the tree up. It was God that set everything up. And then that's not the first time God has sent Satan to tempt somebody. Just read Matthew chapter 4. God, the Holy Spirit, sent Satan to test Jesus Christ. In the book of Job 1 and 2, God sent Satan to test Job. So that's nothing new. That's part of being on this planet. And we have to realize that. Otherwise, we think just because we have all these numerologies and synchronicities and all this stuff, it's meant to happen. It's part of my life purpose. And boom, boom, boom. But that's why you also have karma on your natal charts. And all the karma and payback, which is what karma basically is. You did this, and now this is going to happen to you. Or this is now because you did this, and you stole somebody's love, and now somebody's going to steal your love. This is all part of karma. That's why when you see Saturn, remember that Saturn rules Capricorn, and Saturn deals with karma. Okay, so that was one of your questions. What's tapping into you? And that's the answer you received. All right. All right. The Archangels, what was the purpose or purposes of her time in New York? I'll be back with their answers. All right, 3 cards pulled. Woo. Moon cycle again. So now you should be keeping a journal anyway. Keep a journal, especially when you go to sleep at night. Keep it by your bed for your dreams. And also just keep a journal with you when you're out and about, because the first thing she says, NATAL, moon cycle. So you had something to do. Something in New York with the moon cycle, moon themes. Even priestess, even spirituality, because that's what she's the high priestess. Says moon cycles, and it's with the doves. Notice how the moon affects your energy and manifestations, and capitalize upon these cycles. So when you do these cards, that's how you know, like if you're shuffling and 4 cards fall out, and you're like, what the heck? Why are 4 cards pulling out? This is just some weird coincidence. It has nothing to do with the archangels, blah, blah, blah. But if you notice, the same archangels came in the very first 2 questions. The same archangels came out again. That's how you know. But this is not the first time this happened with her. Gabriel would not leave me alone. That was the first time, because I have different decks. Like when I first started, I couldn't afford cards. So I printed the 15 archangels off of angeltherapy.com. And that's what I was using. It was still very, and it's accurate to this day, unbelievably accurate. And I still use them every now and then. But that particular day, I used those cards. And you could see Gabriel looking at me from, the cards upside down, but he's looking at me through it. So I said, Gabriel, I can't use this card because I know it's you. And I kept shuffling him, and he kept coming up, and shuffling, and he kept coming up. So she definitely has a lot of moon connections. And even when I went outside just now, see, what guys got to know, when you contact a lot of, I know with me especially, like I'll already be getting messages. Like I'll go outside and see something crazy or something like that, but it has something to do with that person's reading. I see it all the time. But this is definitely high priestess energy in it. So it says moon cycles. Notice the moon, how the moon affects your energy and manifestations, and capitalize upon these cycles. So you probably have something in New York, or had something in New York that can connect you closer to the moon cycles and the high priestess. But you really want to stay close to the high priestess, because if you notice, what I'm really trying to say, if you understand who Gabriel really is, he's always been close to the divine feminine. That's why you see Gabriel with Mother Mary, and then Mother Mary's children or her people, because Mother Mary really represents the divine feminine on earth. All right, now that's the symbolism in the Bible and all the mysteries of the Bible. All right, so you have NATAL, moon cycles, and again the doves. So you always want to know the esoteric meanings of the doves. And a lot of times that can be Holy Spirit, because even she's saying she just has a special connection. So you see the Holy Spirit. And it's funny she's saying that, but this is why I keep trying to tell you. What happened when Jesus got baptized? Matthew chapter 3, the Holy Spirit came down like a dove. But in Matthew chapter 4, what did the Holy Spirit do? Take Jesus to who? Satan. And is another name for Saturn. You understand? And that's what you see coming out of her reading. So she has to be aware of that. That's why I say this is nothing to play with. It's not, and people, that's why my numbers stay low, because they want this to be a game. This is not a game. You're dealing with some powerful energy. And as long as you know how to deal with it, you're fine. But if you take this for granted, or you're playing around with it, that's why I keep saying people have so much karma and retrogrades on their charts and stuff. And sometimes when I do the research of what happened, I'll tell you, because these people were trying to manipulate. They were using astrology for the wrong reason, or they were using drugs for the wrong reasons and stuff like that. Now they got all this bad karma. And I know some of these people, and some of these people really are extremely unstable. Like I literally know some of these people, but that's because of past life stuff. This is not a joke. So I have to do what I'm trained to do. I'm sorry if people don't like it, my numbers stay low or whatever. But I gotta do what I gotta do. I gotta do what I don't want to go through this again. Maybe you guys like repeating it. I don't want to repeat this stuff over again. So that's why you see the high priestess, you see the doves, you have the power, the moon power, the divine feminine, and it can be secretive. The moon can be secretive, but it just all depends. But it's a lot of power there, and you just gotta learn how to tap into it and use it for a good cause. All right. Next card, and there's patience. Because you said you did a lot of healing, because that's what Jophiel is saying in his screen. The color of the card is green. Now somebody might say, hey, we can't see these cards. All you have to do is go to Yahoo search engine, and all those cards are online. So I say the name, I say Chamuel, career transition. If you type in Chamuel, the card comes right up. Now it says patience, it's Jophiel. It says your dreams are blossoming more rapidly than you realize. Still, they need nurturing and patience. So that New York, like you said, was helping you with healing as well, and patience and healing. And that's your Libra energy. Next card. And so far, that question was highly feminine. Now let's see the third card. Now you get victory from Sandalphon. And I believe he came out earlier too, but I do believe seeing his card earlier, but I'm not sure. But Sandalphon is Pisces, which is now your 12th house. Victory. Your prayers have been heard and answered. Have faith. So having faith and patience seems to be a main connection. And the moon used to rule Pisces, believe it or not. Now the moon rules Cancer. All right. Looking at your 12th house. All right. Let me just look at this really quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So your 12th house has Gemini, which is, and I don't know, we was doing something with Gemini up there, but I think we're coming out of a Gemini moon. And Saturn's right there. And Vesta is also a priestess. And your Vesta is at 15. It looks like 15. It's a little blurry. So whatever I said about that, because I know I commented on it. But the truth of the matter is, your 12th house became your first house because of the ascendant and the East Point, and it has to do with Cancer. But really, your 12th house, your first house is kind of like your 12th house, because you see the 12th house there. But it became the first house because of AC and EP. But it still worked out well because your second house is Leo. It's almost right in line. So just to know that. All right. And we'll continue. All right. So a couple of questions we're going to do together. I'm just looking at everything. Just please be patient because I'm just looking over all the questions. And I'm trying to organize, because when I did this, I was just writing everything down real quick as it was coming out. But now I'm trying to add some organization to it, so we'll have a flow instead of like just having questions all over the place and answering them. I'd rather put them all in one, so you're asking questions that are actually connected, so it makes more sense. So just give me a few moments to do so, please. I'm almost done. Just a couple more, a little bit more time. All right. All right, we're almost there. All right. Dear Archangels, what is her connection to the Messiah? And I'll be back with their answers. All right, first card. It says, spread your wings. Do not hold back right now. Your timing is perfect. You are ready to soar. Now, Ariel may have came out because she had already said in her writing, her email, the female already said she felt she had a special connection. So what Ariel is basically confirming and saying you're ready to soar. All right, then you just look at the chart really quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you notice, Aries is in her career sector, which is also, that medium Coeli is also an aspect of your life purpose. And ironically, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. See, 7 is the Capricorn, which is the career. Capricorn rules the 10th house where Aries is. So that's not a coincidence. So you already say it's going to be a spiritual business, and however you do it. And the more you learn about the Messiah, because they call him Jesus, but he's also the Messiah, he's the Messiah. And plus, he's really connected to Horus, because, you know, you were asking about Egyptology. So these are things you learn. And as you said, even teaching other people. And that's medium Coeli. And you got the Chiron is the healer, because you also said about healing, and you got love there. And you also had the divine masculine there. So I'm pretty sure with that divine masculine is kind of referencing your twin. However that happens, but what I'm going to try to teach people is your twin is always with you. You know, it's just common sense. How could you ever be separated from yourself? It's the same soul, different body. We just get too obsessed with third dimension. Oh, why aren't they with me? Or why are they talking to somebody else on Facebook? Or why do they treat me like garbage? And we just get so caught up with third dimensional when we should be focusing on what we're here for, our spiritual mission. That's what we should be focusing on. And the more we do that, you're going to be connected with your twin. And the more you improve, the more your twin is going to improve. So whether they're directly with you or not, they're still here. And anybody that follows me, they know my twin is always sending messages and all kind of confirmations. You know, it's just her third dimensional self is stuck in third dimension. But her higher self is like she's never not with me. So you got to just grow a little bit. You got to get past the third dimensional illusion And that's what Hanael is trying to tell you. At the end of the day, you have the power. If you feel like you don't have the power, it's because you're not using it, or you're letting this world continually trick you and trick you and trick you. So you got a lot of fire in that 10th house with the Sun and Aries. And the house is ruled by Capricorn. Now, as you can see, his 12th house is a lot like yours. So we already went over. So I'm not going to go back over it as being twin flames. I think I even used the term identical. And ironically, his Capricorn is dealing with the moon, because we've been talking a lot about the moon. See, when that shift takes place, it's going to make a big difference as well. And you see his true north node is really between Sagittarius and Capricorn. And whenever you see it like that, it's a good chance. It could be either house or either sign, but it could just be a good chance that it's just in Capricorn just like yours. So here you see the moon, you see Hanael, you see Capricorn. That's why I say you just got to, and when I say you, I mean everybody. You got to get past always asking about your twin. And I hate, guys hate me for that. They hate me. You got to grow up. You got to learn we're here for reasons. This is a spiritual calling. If your twin is acting a certain way, just get on with your mission. And at some point, they'll probably catch up. What you have to do is stop the silly stuff. Like I heard, this is silly to me. Now, you may not agree with me, but there's a guy out here and he goes back and forth. Now, he has a pretty good ministry, but he's got to heal like everybody else does. So every now and then he's kind of rough at the edges. He talks like a tough guy. He's made a few mistakes where I had to approach him and say, hey, you better cut that. Don't ever let me hear you say that again. I basically told him that. No man talks like that. Watch yourself. Because he got a little crazy. But I didn't cut him off. I didn't tell him you're cursed. Give him a chance to heal too. Be thankful there's people out here trying to help. They don't have to. Everybody has a calling. Everybody's not going to be on the same level. So you try to give people a chance to apologize and grow up a little bit. All right. So some female was saying he's my friend, and she said God told her he's not your friend, and she was confused. She said she was confused, so she finally sent him a message and said God told me you're not my friend. So he responded, F you use the B word. F you, B word. Bad, bad, bad. So he really went in. He went in on her. And I don't know. See, I don't know the time frame of when all this happened, because I think he did that a while ago, because he's calmed down. At least I thought he did. Since I talked to him, I basically told him calm down, because he was out of control. And so I don't know when that conversation happened between him and her. But anyway, she cursed him. She literally put a curse on him. So you want to get past that third dimensional garbage. Give a person a chance to apologize. Write them back. Be stronger. And I'm trying to tell you why, because this is why relationships are failing. And they're not supposed to fail like that. That's why you see all these bad karmas and retrogrades on people's charts. And you keep doing the same stuff over and over again. Because you get too angry. You don't give a person a chance to ever apologize, because you already want to curse them. You already want to cheat on them. You already want to see them get hurt because they hurt your feelings. And it goes on and goes on. At what point do you become the bigger person, become the spiritual person? That maybe by you saying something like, I really don't know why you're talking to me like that. I really didn't do anything that, all I was saying was boom, 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 bam, 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 and boom, boom, boom. Give the person a day or two to think about it or whatever. I mean, there's sometimes when you got no choice. Maybe somebody did deserve it, but sometimes we may just be overreacting. So that's what this is about, growing up. Because the more you grow up, the more your twin will grow up. And like I told another female, because she met a guy, she knew it was different, he knew it was different, she didn't fully understand it. And I told her, well, you have to look at life. I mean, it's easy. Now, I'm not saying that women don't have a right to complain, because they do. Because like the men did mess up. But how long are you going to keep it going? You know what I'm saying? Like, how long? Our families are destroyed. You understand? It's like a lot of kids don't even know what it is to have a mom and dad in the same house. Like, how long is this going to go on? So that's where we're at now. This is what I mean by the shift. This is where we're at now. And so as you move on with your goals, when you move on with your life purpose, he'll be moving on too, because y'all are twins. And you'll be surprised what happens with the universe, because this is going to be divine timing. And also there's another video about twin flame drama that give me a second, because I'm gonna log in. I don't want to put this on pause. Oh, come on. Never mind, I'm gonna put it on pause, because I just like with this my keyboard, you'll be typing and all it has to do is miss one word, and if it misses one word, you go to a wrong website. But when you go to a wrong website, if you're not careful, that website is loading stuff down into your browser. So I'm gonna clean my browser and do this again. I'll be back. All right, so both those videos are at DNA Awakening on YouTube by Twin Flame Drama. Helps people understand what that really is all about, and why the twin flame, the stages of a twin flames relationship. So if you want more information, you can go there. But what you're trying to do is get out of third dimensional actions and reactions. Otherwise, you're going to keep yourself in the loop. When you start to really work fifth dimensional and you really start working on spiritual stuff, spiritual power, prayer, everything we're trying to teach, you won't see the twin flames the way you do now. And that's really the reason why it's separation, because you're still viewing the third dimensional. Alright, so what's the connection to the Messiah? That's saying you definitely have one, and it should be in your career, just like you said. And she's telling you to get going. Next card, there you go, Counselor, Capricorn. And that card came out earlier before. So that's your connection again. Counselor, spiritual counselor, help others. You are a natural counselor, and many people benefit from your guidance and reassurance. That's Azrael. And also that's your true north node. And her career. Next card. Now, just like I said, Gabriel came up again. Nurture. As you nurture a child, you nurture your own inner child. Both activities are important to you right now. And I'm pretty sure that child that you should be nurturing is still your twin. But he's talking about your inner child. So as you do you, that's going to help him. You can't, if that's really your twin, you can't separate it. Like I said, once we get past third dimension, we realize that. So the more you develop your inner child or your inner self, the more they'll develop as well. And this is all connected, just like your chart says. So they're saying it again. It's connected to the career. It's just that it might not be you and him together, physically together at first. But you're still going to be together. You can't be separate from yourself. Next card. Ariel again. And she's telling you to have courage. Be courageous and stand up for your beliefs. So they really want you to get this career started, because your Aries is right in there. And your career sector, your true north node is Capricorn, which is Azrael. And Gabriel has always been active in these readings. Next card is Chamuel. Remember, Chamuel came and said career transition, because he's about the twin flames. And he says, beloved one, I am helping you with your spiritual soulmate relationship. So wherever you see that Taurus energy, you're also seeing Chamuel. Second house with Leo, because you got a lot of Sun Leo energy. Because Taurus rules the second house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And in your 11th house of friends, association, and groups, there's Taurus again, because that's where most people make their customers, is friends, associations, and groups. All right. Dear Archangels, what is her connection to the divine feminine? And I'll be back with the answers. Right? Sandalphon again. Again, Pisces. But Sandalphon is saying gentleness. Be very gentle with yourself at this time. Surround yourself with gentle people, situations, and environments. So remember what the question was. But he's telling you you have to become more connected with the divine feminine. You could say high priestess if you like, but really the aspect of the divine feminine. All right. Looking on your natal chart, Pisces rules your 12th house where you have Cancer there. Can even say Gemini, seeing that your 12th house is like your first house. So it's just something to be aware of. Ninth house of higher self. So it's funny how you're talking about the high priestess, and your ninth house of higher self is where Pisces is with Mercury, and even at 22 degrees. And Mercury once again represents Gemini, just like I'm saying, because the Mercury rules Gemini, which takes you to your 12th house, which is ruled by Pisces. So that's interesting, and you got the karma right there, but you also got that number 15 there. Because the ninth house is the higher self house. And you also have 15 there. So whatever I said on the last video, when I was telling you about number 15, because that's important for those houses. And number 22. And that's why he's got that set now. See, it makes sense. That's how you know his natal chart is correct. Because his true north node is on both Sagittarius and Capricorn. We already learned the Capricorn connection, but now you're learning the Sagittarius connection. So that's why I say, what people have to do, you have to just go on. You can't keep saying, oh, you know, because it's always going, like I said, what people don't understand, as long as you say third dimensional, it's going to look that way. Oh, you know, I took these readings and it says the same thing. And what you're seeing here is really elaborate. It's just that I'm real humble. And that's the bottom line. I'm real humble. And I'm not trying to rip people off of a lot of money. But this is real elaborate because I don't put this stuff together. So this is something higher. So you have to do your part. But if you're the type that's waiting, where is he at, or what's going on, or why is he talking to that female, or why did he hang up the phone on me? Well, you want to stay third dimensional, but you want something fifth dimensional to happen. It doesn't work that way. You got to go fifth dimensional. You got to raise your vibrations up. And the more you raise yourself up, like I said, the more you nurture your inner child, the more his inner child is going to be nurtured, because you can't get past it. His whole life purpose is to be with you, just like I said. And they're just reconfirming it. But it's not going to be with you the way you would like. It'll come. And that's what they're trying to tell you, a DNA awakening, which is why I gave you guys those 2 videos. See, I watch people do this all the time. They're trying their best to beat the universe. You won't beat the universe. The universe is gonna win. What happens is you got people. You might get a quick booty call, but it ain't gonna last. You're gonna feel even worse because then you're gonna lose a person again, or you're gonna rush into it and destroy it because you didn't work with the universe. You tried to force it and you destroyed it. Or you're gonna start making excuses. Oh well, I can't be with my twin, so right now with my soulmate, and start making all these excuses for loose conduct, and then you're gonna have bad karma on your natal chart. And here come all the R's. And that's why you got that Saturn warning, because I don't remember what I said about Saturn, but sometimes Saturn is a warning that if you don't do it the way the universe tells you to, you're going to have to deal with Saturn. So the higher self, again, connection to the divine feminine is once again working with your higher self, communicating. It could be with your twin, but if you guys ain't talking, then it's probably with your higher self or more spiritual stuff. More 9th house stuff and 12th house stuff. Because when you're dealing with the 12th house, what we need to be working on. So what do we say we needed to be working on? Or are we working on it? That's the 12th house. Now, Michael, there's a card that came up before. Crystal clear intentions. Be clear about what you desire and focus upon it with unwavering faith. So it's going to have to be focused. But remember, the question was, what is her connection to the divine feminine? Sandifine encouraged you to work on those houses I just said and work on the divine feminine. And Michael said to be focused on it and don't waver from it. Next card, clear your space, is Jophiel. Get rid of clutter, clear the energy around you, and use Feng Shui. FENGSHUI. And again, so she's saying in order to have a better connection with the divine feminine, clear anything, especially that may block that or hamper it. So clear anything out of your life that could block that. And remember, Libra is Jophiel is Libra. Libra rules the 7th house, and that is relationship. So twins and relationships keep coming up even in this question. And you want a gentle environment, because that's like inviting her into a gentle environment. And so we see Libra, 1, 2, 3, 4th. That's your 4th house to the home sector. And then your 7th house again is Capricorn, the career sector. Next is Metatron. First time he's shown up, and that's your Virgo. But Metatron is in your 3rd house where Gemini rules. We've already talked about Gemini, because that's your Virgo. And then your 6th house is ruled by Virgo. And you have Sagittarius there, which again is the 9th house, the higher self, and that's his true north node, along with Cancer, Capricorn. So again, reaching out to the divine feminine, following the divine feminine, it's also going to help you with your relationship. See, I try to tell people this is not much different than, let's just say, oh, I'm a Mormon. Well, Mormons believe certain things. Do you believe what they believe? Do you practice what they believe? Oh, I'm a Buddhist. Well, Buddhists probably have some type of the discipline they tend to follow, or another denomination. It's just something about this stuff that we don't think we have to really commit to something, but you kind of do, because this is universal laws. So in these 4 cards, you saw how working with the Divine Mother is also going to help you with your career, which is also, and it's all mixed in with your twin. And Metatron says prioritize. Focus on your highest priority, your highest priorities. I will help you get organized and motivated. So again, we thank the Archangels. And you mentioned the emerald tablets. Well, we did come out with the green with Raphael and the healing. So that was a confirmation. Dear Archangels, please tell her her connection to Egypt. And we'll be back in a moment. All right. And as Raphael says, breathe. But remember, he's green. His card is green because you were asking about the emerald stone tablets. Take several deep breaths and exhale slowly to awaken your energy and release old patterns. So he's kind of almost saying if you practice your breathing, a lot of this stuff is going to come out of you in a good way. In other words, remember it, because you got to remember the context of the question you asked. And just so you know, throughout history, Raphael was the archangel of God's people, and that's why that color green is so important. Next card. And now Uriel gives you, and this is the first time he's shown up. He says you already know. And that's what that's what I've been told. We got to just start going with intuition because it's already in us. Because we keep coming out to this matrix. The matrix is going to keep lying. And then even a lot of these people talking about they're enlightened. They ain't enlightened because they're still fighting against people like me. That should tell you right away. Oh, no, I don't like his tone, blah, blah, blah. No, you just want me to agree with you, but you're on some third dimensional garbage. You don't want to ascend. And that's why you don't really understand this whole thing. Because it's like a groupie thing out here. It's idolatry. Because every time somebody drops a twin flame video, all these people are running to it. Why don't these people actually sit down? All you need is really one good video. And then you got to start bringing your life in harmony with that information. If every time somebody drops a twin flame video, you're running to it, that means you're not focused. That's why Michael's talking about focus. The Archangel Michael is warning people. If you're bouncing all over, this is not a game. And you have to understand, these are people. They have feelings and stuff. They have a lot of love and stuff. They're trying to help you, but you're playing them out. Because they go out of their way to give you all this great advice, and then you just go do it your way anyway. So that's what they're talking about. So Uriel is saying, you know what to do. Trust your inner knowledge and act upon it without delay. Because Uriel and Ariel will both tell you, do it right away. Act without, it's already ready. Just go. Uriel, which is Uranus, it says, you already know. And again, whenever you start asking questions like that, because that's kind of like a past life question. Like if you have a tarot card reading and like a queen comes out, or even a king, because that's a royal energy. And then you kind of know, you also know as well. But you can look on your natal chart as to where Uranus is at, and Uranus rules Aquarius, which is the 11th house as well too. So just look around. So once again, in your 4th house, there's Uranus is retrograde, but it's right there with Pluto. But those are two very powerful planets. And again, it's in your 4th house again, but Libra is there too. And then 5th, 6th, 7th, and then in your 8th house is Uranus with the moon. Is Aquarius, but remember Aquarius is ruled by Uranus with the moon. And that's your 8th house. Remember that this is your house of reincarnation and soul connections, and you got the moon there representing the high priestess and other things there as well. So once again, Uriel. So I'm just gonna put Uriel rules. Uranus corresponds with Uranus and rules Aquarius. Aquarius is moon sign in the 8th house. Uranus is in the 4th house. And a lot of times that's why houses be dysfunctional, because you're dealing with powerful energy. Like moon sign, Aquarius, and in the 8th house, and all this is like past lives and past souls, especially when you be seeing those retrogrades, because this is powerful stuff from a past life, powerful energies from a past life. A lot of those planets you see, Pluto, the moon, Uranus, Jupiter, these are all powerful planets. Next card, chakra clearing, because you asked about that. So Metatron is answering your question. Metatron is Virgo. So whatever I said about Metatron, he says chakra clearing. Call upon me to clear and open your chakras using sacred geometric shapes, and that's what you asked about. So Metatron is offering to help you in those areas, sacred geometry and chakra clearing. And Metatron is Virgo. So once again, wherever you see Virgo on your chart, because I just went over that, these are areas you can look even more so for chakra, sacred geometry, and chakra clearing. Next card, Jeremiah. So they're really looking at you. See, this is how you know you got a connection to Egypt, because now Jeremiah, first time he's come out, and he takes you right back to Scorpio. So wherever Scorpio is and wherever your 8th house is, it keeps kind of taking you back. Because Egypt was all about the underworld and stuff like that. Hidden stuff, occultic stuff, secrets, and that's all Scorpio energy. So it says life review. Take inventory of your life and resolve to change or heal anything that is unbalanced. Now notice how he's talking about unbalanced. So balance, and we already connected Libra to this 8th house energy, because I believe Libra is in your 4th house. So we already connected that. And again, it keeps showing twin souls and the moon and all that stuff. And even wherever the sun is, divine feminine, divine masculine. See, just for anybody that can receive it, let's just say Isis and Osiris were the human form of the Divine Mother and the Divine Father. So that means they're everywhere. And that's what people don't get. And they try to tell you, because they say, oh, you had Jesus and John was his cousin and all that. But if you really study, you see a very unique connection between Archangel Gabriel, John the Baptist, and Mary. Now when you study Gabriel, it's like when Abraham, oh, your wife is real old. Your wife is real old, but she's still going to bear a child in her old age. You say, well, how can an old lady bear a child? And then it says, then the Lord visited Sarai and she conceived. Okay. Wow. That's interesting. And then the same thing with the birth of John the Baptist. It says, oh, my wife is old. How can my wife have a child now? But it's Gabriel telling you that your wife will definitely have a child. But this child's about what was it? 6 months older than Jesus, 3 months older than Jesus, something like that. And they're cousins. And then the same archangel that said this old lady gonna bear a child is the same archangel that told the virgin you gonna bear a child. The Holy Ghost is gonna come upon you. So sometimes you gotta dig a little bit deeper. They're telling you certain things. But what I'm telling you in your case, with all this Libra connection to the 4th house of the family house, but then it's also connected to the 8th house, the soul house, that's your Egyptian connection. Because it could be a sacred connection right back to the divine feminine and the divine masculine. And you do see a balancing of the moon energy and the sun energy on your chart. That's why I keep saying, when you start to realize you're more than what you've been told, then we start to act like it if we're wise. And the more we begin to act higher dimensions and higher things, the more you're going to see your twin popping up and things like that. But as long as we stay a third dimensional vibrations, it's not going to happen, because we're offended, we're afraid, we're scared, our egos are involved and all that. And they also mention that the Virgo energy, the Metatron energy will help you with the sacred geometry, like you were saying, and the chakra clearing. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. So when you ask what your mission is, your true north node, once again, takes you right into the 7th house, which is Libra. It's community. It's the social, helping people. It's law. It's contracts. It's relationships, whether business or love. And it's ruled by Capricorn. So when you go to the 10th house ruled by Capricorn, you see Aries. And that's also, you could say, leadership, initiative. But when you go to your 1st house ruled by Aries, there you have Cancer, which is family again, or whoever you classify as family, and education, and land and property, health, like you were saying, the heart, even vehicles and travel, and ancestors. And then when you go to your 4th house that Cancer rules, once again, it takes you right back to Libra relationships. Still dealing with, because the 4th house is about education too. And then if you go back to, it takes you your 7th house, it takes you back to Capricorn. But you also have Pluto, which rules Scorpio. And then Uranus rules Aquarius, which is the community around you. And like Gemini is like the brotherhood around you, but basically it's the community around you. So that is your life purpose. And when you have Aquarius coming out of the 8th house, just like you said, a teacher. And in Aquarius, what Aquarius does, it tries to take things that may be complicated, and it makes it easier for the people to see. And that's what you see going on. And you see a money coming to you by doing that. You see Jupiter coming there, and you see a lot of Mars energy. Now, but that Mars is ruling that Aries energy, which is your career as well. And sometimes Mars is put there so that you can overthrow fake teachings, so you can break through the matrix. So that's more or less your purpose. All right, dear archangels, what type of business or ministry do the archangels advise her to begin? I'll be back with their answers. All right. First card, outdoors. Now, I don't know if that ever came up to you before, but I remember that card came up before when I asked the same question. I don't know if that was for you, but I've seen it before. In fact, I've seen it maybe a couple of times. Like when they ask what type of business should I start, and then Jophiel comes. So she says outdoors. Go outside, get some fresh air, and connect with nature to relieve stress and gain new creative ideas. So she's either telling you to do something outside, or she's personally telling you to go outside, and they're going to give you some ideas when you go outside and become one with nature, connect with nature. And again, that's Libra energy. Next card, comfort. Now this is Azrael, because he's the one that told you about Capricorn. He corresponds with Capricorn or career energy, 10th house, and he says comfort. I am with you in your time of need, helping your heart to heal. So he's going to help you with your heart to heal, a broken heart, feeling good, your health, but also he's going to help you with your career ideas, because he's Capricorn. Next card, Jeremiah says all is well. Scorpio energy, because that's where you're going to be getting a lot of your helping and healing from. He says all is well. Everything is happening exactly as it is supposed to, with hidden blessings you will soon understand. So nothing to worry about. Just follow the advice. Next card, clairaudience, is that Kyle, which again is that Gemini energy. In fact, I do believe this is the first time he's come out. Gemini energy. Gemini is communication and thoughts in community, as well as siblings and a younger education. Clairaudience. Notice the loving guidance you hear inside your mind or from other people. So clairaudience means there will be people around you giving you audience, whether it's extrasensory, perceptive information you'll be receiving, or it's just people around you. Peace, Samuel says. Peace comes from remembering that only love is real. So he's telling you, what he's really telling you, only love is real. Well, where do we find this love? Is he talking about third dimensional? No, because that's a matrix. That's ego and fears, and you can sit right next to yourself and don't even get along with yourself. You hate yourself in third dimension, because that's just the way it is. So this is a matrix. It's not real. So love is real. So what he's trying to tell you is, you got to bring your vibrations up for the peace you're looking for. So you said, what type of business or ministry do the archangels advise her to begin? He says peace. Peace comes from remembering that only love is real. And he has that dove in his hand. So you really want to try to find out more about the white dove, because Hanael showed you that dove. And so did Chamuel. And even Raz, I'm sure Raziel, he also has that dove on his card as well. So whatever we saw said about Taurus energy on your chart, and that's helping you answer this question. Next card. And Uriel again says, brilliant idea. Yes, your idea is divinely guided. Please take action to bring your idea to fruition. So once again, Uranus tells you to get started. That's Uriel, planet Uranus energy. Brilliant idea, get started. He's the same person that told you you already know. He's the same person that told you to go internally, but you already know. Thank you, Archangels. Dear Archangels, so I'll just say, dear Archangels, how should she start? All right. Overcoming difficulties is Jeremiah again. How to start. Overcoming difficulties. The worst is now behind you. You are surmounting any previous challenges. Jeremiah. Scorpio again. I'm just going to say the worst is now behind you. You are surmounting and overcoming. Next card. Raguel is Sagittarius, and I believe this is the first time he's come. Raguel, Sagittarius. Relationship harmony. We angels are opening the hearts of everyone involved. Arguments and conflicts are being resolved now. So both of those cards say overcoming. So like I said, that's just the tone I'm getting. You just gotta start it. Like you just gotta get to the point where you stop worrying about the twin. I mean, if you guys talk, you can still talk if you talk, but you just gotta do it. Start it. You gotta do you. And then she says prosperity, which you do see prosperity in your house with Jeremiah, because that's Scorpio, and you see Jupiter right there. But this is Ariel. She says prosperity. Your material needs are provided as you follow your intuition and manifest your dreams into reality. So she's telling you it's all up to you to get going. Manifest your dreams into reality. Ariel, Aries, prosperity. Okay, there's another card that wants to come. So we're going to see what this card says. Okay, that card is Gifts from God, Sandalphon, Pisces again. We angels bring you gifts from your Creator. Open your arms to receive. So they're letting you know you have plenty of help. You just have to want to receive it. And that's why I even said you can even talk to the archangels and things of that nature. You can talk to God, Sandalphon, Pisces. And remember, Pisces is the spiritual one. And also is the 12th house. But we already showed you where Pisces is on your chart as well. You just have to open your arms to receive. Okay, so believe me, if anybody was listening, they definitely covered any twin flame concerns. They are definitely covered in this reading. All right, now we'll ask this again. They really gave you your answer, but dear archangels, when should she start? We'll be back with their answers. 2 cards pulled. First card, angel therapy, and that's appropriate because you'll be doing that type of work. Give me one moment. Everything wants to play games here. All right. So this is Archangel Raphael again, the healer. The green, basically green, is his color, Raphael. Like Raphael, Hanael, and Michael, they correspond to every zodiac sign, so they don't have any one sign. Raphael says angel therapy. Give your cares and worries to us angels and allow us to take your burden. Because I think you're worrying. Because that's the one thing they just seem to say don't worry. Just get started and trust the angels, trust your intuition. So talk to the angels like I said, and they'll be there to help you. Next card. And then Michael shows up again and he says, you are safe. I remember one time I asked that question. I won't tell you what I asked, but Michael showed up. In other words, telling me wherever I'm at, just keep going with it. And don't worry about it. You're safe. And I busted out laughing because that was so funny. He said, you are safe. I am protecting you against lower energies and guarding you, your loved ones, and home. So what they're trying to tell, any concerns you have, to the contrary, he's saying, don't worry, you are safe. And as well as protected. And Ariel wants you to know you'll also be blessed when you start to manifest your dreams into realities. Your material needs are provided as you follow your intuition and manifest your dreams into reality. So it's to get going. And again, remember, Michael also told you about clear focus. So that will conclude this reading. Now, again, if anybody has any other readings, a lot of times we have sales out here. You just have to check the page, or you can contact me. But really, we do anything, not just twin flame, twin souls, anything that has to do with the unseen, the world, natal charts, birth natal charts, a relationship compatibility, people compatibility, research. We actually do anything, so you can contact us. And just being honest with you, I really think I'm very precise, much on point. You definitely get a lot, way more, and I try to keep it as affordable as possible. I don't see how people pay a lot of money and then they still don't have any understanding with twin flames, or they're still not with their twin and stuff like that. So it's a lot of people out here that they sound really good, but if they're not really helping you move forward and get answers to your concerns, you kind of got you're like getting ripped off. So we're out here trying to help. And again, if what I'm being told is right, you're going to see more readers that are really telling you the truth, not just people out here that are ripping you off for your money, because that's important. But the high priestess wants to see priests and priestesses helping other people, so you can only do that based on how she's teaching you to do so. And if it's just a business for people and stuff, that's not cool, because what you have is like, it's like a drug dealer. He has addicts, but he's not helping those people. See, they're high. They're like groupies. They're high off of feeling good and all that, but their life is getting worse. So really, if this is really working, your life is, not saying you won't have problems, but your life is actually supposed to be getting better if you're dealing with a reader or a psychic, whatever you're dealing with. If your life is not getting better, or if they're supposed to be connecting you to your twin and that's not happening, then you're being ripped off. This is Get. God bless.